TYT Sports, Jason Rubin, producer behind the scenes for TYT Sports. Usually don't get on camera, but for the NBA draft happening last night, we're going to bring out my talents. Let's see. So starting off with Andrew Wiggins was the first overall pick in the 2014 NBA draft. He was dressed like the 2014 number 1 overall pick. If you saw his floral suit design, I thought it looked pretty cool. Good for him. Out of Kansas, no one's doubting Andrew Wiggins' talent. He can absolutely be one of the best players in the NBA, but I feel that Jabari Parker was the more solid choice, at least for Cleveland. Having said that, though, Milwaukee's ecstatic to have him. He's going to make a huge difference. I think Jabari Parker is also the difference maker this upcoming season in his rookie year. I think Wiggins might take some more time to develop, but again, there's no doubting his athleticism. Joel Embiid taken number 3 by the 76ers. His foot injury, the comparisons to Greg Oden and Hakeem Olajuwon. I pegged Joel Embiid to be the number 1 overall pick before his foot injury, and his ceiling is the highest out of anybody in this draft if he stays healthy. It's a major concern. Big men, 7-footers with foot injuries. It's a little scary, a little skeptical for any team to be doing. But having said that, the 76ers definitely made it out to be the best team in terms of who they took. They had, I think, 6 or 7 picks. A few of them got traded, but we'll get onto that later. The other top 10 pick that I'm going to highlight today is Marcus Smart, number 6 out of Oklahoma State. He went to the Boston Celtics. Now, a lot of people have been saying, well, the Celtics have Rondo, and you're looking at a similar player. Marcus Smart's a much better shooter than Rajon Rondo, and there's no doubt about that. If you look at his stats also from 2012 and 2013, he was a freshman. In 2013 and 2014 as a sophomore, he improved every single one by a big majority. 15.4 points came over to 18 points a game in his 2013 season, and addition to assists, he shot better from the field. His three-point percentage even went up. The most impressive Marcus Smart statistic, though, via ESPN Stats and Info tweet, Marcus Smart's lane agility time of 10.82 is faster than John Wall, Russell Westbrook, and Chris Paul. Those are all very fast players. Lane agility test is really just testing how fast you can change direction. That's a pretty scary ability for any player to have. If you can change direction quickly, I mean, AI changed direction pretty damn quickly, and look how good he turned out to be. Now I'm going to move on to the second round. To where 2 picks stood out. I'm a New York Knicks fan. We're full disclosure here on TYT Sports. I have no problem saying that. Cleanthony Early is one of the best picks of this draft. Yes, my fandom is coming out. But out of Wichita State, one of the top per-minute scorers, adjusted to 40 minutes per game. He averaged 24.5 points. My favorite thing about Cleanthony Early, he stepped up huge against big dogs in the NCAA tournament and during the season. Don't forget, Wichita State was an undefeated team. Undefeated in last year's regular season. They went out early in the tournament where it really mattered, but still winning every single game during regular season has to go for something. In this year's NCAA tournament, he had 31 points versus Julius Randle, who he was matched up against, who went number 7 overall in the draft to the LA Lakers. And let us not forget, in the Final Four in 2013 versus Louisville, he had 24 points and 10 rebounds. So he's not afraid to step up in the big games. The other player I'm going to highlight in the second round from the 2014 NBA draft has to be Russ Smith, who fell very far to the 47th overall pick out of Louisville. 24 points, 6 assists per 40 minutes as a senior, 52% shooting from the field, and 39% from three-point territory. The one thing I've been reading scouting reports on, and experts and analysts are saying, is he's a turnover-prone player. You know what? I never pegged Michael Carter-Williams to come out of last year's draft and average even close to the numbers he did. It was close to a triple-double for the season, if I'm correct. Something around maybe 16, 17 points a game, 8 assists, 8 rebounds. Just insane numbers on a team that won 19 games. 19 games. So Michael Carter-Williams, if you remember him at Syracuse, he turned the ball over a lot like Jeremy Lin during Lin's sanity. Just turnovers on turnovers on turnovers. To say Russ Smith is a turnover-prone player, I think that's where the NBA, they step up their game. They get better coaching. They have better trainers working with them. I think that's a quality that's easiest to improve is your turnovers. So I'm curious to see how Russ Smith does for a player who fell to 47th overall. That's a steal. All part of the 76ers having an amazing draft, a deadly young team going into the next season with a lot of assets to trade. I'm curious what they do in this offseason with all their young talent. That's all I got for you. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at TYTSports. Subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up, or if you hate me, give it a thumbs down. Smack talk me in the comments, and I'll smack talk you right back. Thanks for tuning in.